Matt, me and Rich in the previous video looked at effectively broken games on the previous gen and whether the Series X can fix them. Spoiler, if you haven't seen that video, the answer is yes.
Nice, okay.
We are going to look at untapped potential.
Ooh, okay, that sounds interesting.
And this is uncapped frame rates and how they perform on the Series X. And as you can see, Xbox One S version of Sekiro, depends on how you say it, barely hits 30. I don't think it actually hits 30 at all.
No, it's hovering just below it, isn't it?
Yeah, and then Xbox One X version just hovering above 30 for the most part. Like
35, 34.
Yeah,
Okay,
I think like 32 is the average.
Yeah.
But Xbox Series X is all over the place in the best way possible.
Nice, okay.
It goes anywhere from 50 to 60. Maybe down to like 40 every so often, but...
and that's running 4K, impressive. Isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Yeah,
well, all these games are like 4K.
Yes, yeah.
The Xbox S is obviously upscaled. So the Xbox One X is native, isn't it? Yeah, it's native, and the Series X is native.
And that's we're talking nearly double the frame rate on Series X over the One X.
It is a very impressive piece of kit. And looking at stuff like this, you're like, wow, bloody hell, it is powerful.
Yeah, that's a big deal, especially From Software aren't known for having the best sort of optimised games. For that to be hitting like 60 right now, for a second it just hit 60, like that's a really big deal for a game like Sekiro.
Yeah, and it's the perfect game for it, isn't it?
Yes.
Like, this is what you want the 60 FPS for.
Oh yeah,
or the 55s.
It's a game that you'll literally be better at because the frame rate is doubled. Like,
yeah, exactly.
It'll make a world of difference in those boss fights and stuff.
Yeah, because everything's frame sensitive, right?
Yeah.
Right, this is slightly different.
Okay.
So this is Rainbow Six Siege.
Okay.
Running on all three. And as you'll see, they're all three solid 60, which is great. Yeah. Absolutely fantastic. But what the software isn't picking up is the amount of screen tearing. So the way our software works is we have to set the sensitivity.
Yep.
And the screen tearing in the Xbox One S version is so bad that it can't pick it up.
Oh.
Like unless I make it super sensitive, which you'll see in the next video, and it counts them as frames dropped, it's really confusing.
Okay.
Because half the screen, like if you were to pause this video, half the screen is screen teared at multiple junctures on the Xbox One S. They say this, I mean, it's obvious that the machine's not powerful enough to do 60 and maintain like a perfect kind of screen.
Yeah, okay.
Right, the One X version is 60 FPS solid with a little bit of screen tearing.
So slightly improved over the One S.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Series X, smooth. No screen tearing, solid 60 FPS.
No screen tearing?
No screen tearing.
Oh, wow, okay. So you're not getting a big jump in frame rate there. You basically got 60 almost across the board, but it's still a better experience playing it on the X. Yeah,
because the screen tearing is a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Right, so this is where I'm playing around with the software, just so I could demonstrate the point. This looks like it's running at 15 FPS. It is not. I counted the frames individually, and all three versions run at 60 FPS. They don't drop a frame.
Okay.
But because of the screen tearing being that bad on the One S and the One X, actually it's not too bad on the One X. It's a little bit like Rainbow.
Yeah.
It's very similar. Solid 60 across the board. But because the screen tearing's that bad, so basically imagine it, half the screen moves and half the screen doesn't because of the screen tearing. Now, the software is going, that's dropped frames because it's still the same frame as before.
Oh, okay. So it's effectively halving the frame rate at that point because you're getting what half the screen is a frame behind.
Yeah, basically. So it thinks it's dropped a frame and it hasn't. I've counted every single frame on these. You can yourself. This video's in 60 frames on the channel. Doesn't drop a frame.
Nice, okay.
Now, you'll notice that there's only two versions on this and we're missing the Series X. This is The Witcher 3, the original version, uncapped, which has an unpatched, which has an uncapped frame rate.
Okay, so it can go as high as 60 on the One X without a patch.
Yeah, and
Series
it
X
does
then?
dip. It doesn't work.
Oh, okay.
So what you're going to see now is I'm going to bring up on the screen. Matt, you won't see it because I'm going to do it in post.
Okay.
But this is the message that comes up when you try and play the unpatched version of The Witcher 3, the original one, on the Series X. You can't. It basically says you have to download a patch to play it. So yeah, I thought I'd end with that nice little note because it's a nice little nugget of information. That Matt.
Very much so.
Yeah, so you can't play backwards compatibility games without a patch online. Very sure you can play them offline, but you need to get them fully up to date to get them working, basically.
Okay, that sounds annoying, but it'll make do, won't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's back. If it was this gen, you'd be like, oh, it's always online, but like, well, it's not. It's like online once, but still, it's backwards compat, so you kind of expect it.
Yeah.
But yeah, there you go, Matt. Some interesting talking points, I'd like to think.
Yeah, it was good. Sekiro in particular looked really nice, didn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
That was particularly lovely.
I'm excited to jump back into that.
Yeah, same. I think I might go into it starting at 60. That'll be really nice.
Perfect. All right, thank you very much, folks. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Cheers, Matt, and we'll see everyone next time. Cheers, folks. Bye.
Bye.